¿Qué onda, gente? ¿Todo bien? Otro capítulo de Vampy. Estamos acá adelante del cementerio, que había que ir al funeral de la hermana del guachín. Y estuve jugando y hablé con todos los de Guaychape. Bueno, ya había hablado con todos. Y los de los muelles acá, que era el lugar del principio del juego. Fui un ratito, no hablé con todos porque no le pude hablar a todos, pero los curé ahí, le hice un par de misiones secundarias. Empezamos rápido matando a esto. Ah, la escopeta, ya la había comprado la escopeta. No me acuerdo. Bueno, pero tenemos la escopeta. Que yo pensé que pegaba. O sea, primero un tiro, después otro. Pero tira los dos tiros juntos. Mira. Y tenés que recargar. O sea, un tiro y recarga. Es un poco choto eso. O sea, porque. Porque tenés que. Ah, mira, este tiene resistencia a sangre. Lo bueno que es eso, o sea, te mete mucho daño. Pero te gasta las balas enseguida, fíjate. En un combate ya gasté todas las balas. Eso es lo único malo. Pero bueno. Bueno, hay que ir al. Oh, sigue habiendo gente, No tengo más balas, así. No, clarísima la tengo. Oh, pero ¿qué onda el cementerio? Está lleno de gente. A ver, vamos a mirarlos mejor. Este tiene resistencia a sangre y este a tiros. Ok, vamos a darle con sangre a este. Vamos a matar primero a este. Ahora este. Con este nos vamos a curar a sangre. Ah, gané bastante experiencia ahí, como pueden ver. Tengo 2000 de experiencia que después los voy a gastar. Pero no, que no hice más nada. O sea, hablé con la gente, no te da mucha experiencia sacarle las pistas a la gente. Vamos a matar a este nomás porque ya que estamos. Chao. Tenemos una sola bala. Acá la misión. Aquí al funeral de la hermana del guachín este.
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
Que si se acuerdan, obviamente al principio del juego se la comió. O sea, la mordió cuando recién estaba convertido en vampiro. Bueno, yo el cementerio ya había estado acá. Viste que tengo una misión ahí. Es porque ya había estado acá. No son muy fuertes los bichos, pero... Oh, me la pegó. Pensé que lo esquivaba. Ok. ¿Y esto? Mira, acá no había estado. Acá no había estado. Mira. Oricalco. El oricalco supuestamente es lo más fuerte contra los vampiros. Ahora se preguntan, el que no sepa, ¿qué es el oricalco? Bueno, yo tampoco sé qué es, así que... O sea, me suena, pero no sé qué es el oricalco. Mira, esta es la mina de la misión. Va, de la secundaria. Que a esta la había salvado, pero no sé quiero volver a la casa. Vamos a hacer allá que estamos.
Are you all right, Miss Shun?
My name is Xiao Shun. This is the proper way to address someone in my country.
I do apologize, Xiao Shun. Are you all right?
Yes, I am. This is the only place where I can find some kind of serenity. Some way to remember my dear Matthew.
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
This part of town is very fragile. I hope the trust so many people put in her will not be betrayed.
You should go home now.
I think you're right. Cemeteries are for the dead, for they need silence too. Thank you for your honesty and your wisdom, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for your company, Xiao Shun. Take care on the way home.
Maybe I'll see you again in Whitechapel. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye for now.
Ok. Ahora sí, a lo que nos compete.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
Oh shit, está la madre.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I have this thirst for blood.
Ok. ¿Esa es la madre o quién es? Ah, no. Ese es el cura, me parece.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
I wish the tears would come. But I'm empty. And I feel a hypocrite.
Let your pain run free, Jonathan. Don't smother it. What you feel is your humanity. Don't be so quick to lose it.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
I'm learning. Every night is a new lesson. What I am, what I must do to survive. But my sister, she shouldn't have suffered because of my weakness.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
You may be right.
Of course. I've stared upon this world for centuries, and time has taught me to deal with guilt, if not erase it.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
Ok. Supongo que ir a un lugar nuevo son nuevos enemigos. Oye, ¿acá qué hay? Ah, ya estuve acá. Podría... No. Debe decir que iba a usar los puntos de su experiencia, pero no. Todavía no. Cuando me empieza a costar... Ahí sí. Como quiero más balas en la escopeta. Son muy pocas. Creo que lo próximo voy a subir en experiencia base a la cantidad de balas que puedo llevar. Que hay allá arriba. Ah, era el refugio este.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Creo que este vampiro.
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon.
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
Ese...
Immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Ese... debe ser otro tipo de vampiro, o sea, pues... Que tengo entendido los que son así humanoides. Va, no humanoides, sino... Que siguen siendo así. Son Econs. Después los... Vulcots, creo que son. Los que son lobos, también son vampiros, pero de otra clase. Y este debe ser una clase nueva.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
Ok. Vamos a copiar, o sea.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She was murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
She died because of me. How do you think I feel?
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words would you like to say to your poor sister?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
There. I confessed to that vicar. Do I feel better? Only time will tell.
Ahí está el dilema, ¿viste? Es como... ¿nos culpamos a nosotros mismos? ¿O culpamos al que nos convirtió en vampiro? Ok. Mira, este está atrás. Shit, ¿y este? Estoy acá. ¿Qué hace? ¿Qué hace? ¿Qué hace? No. No. ¡Ah! Mira. Que muera. Oh, qué buena habilidad esa. Creo que ya sé qué habilidad me voy a subir. No, ¿qué onda? ¿Vieron ese? El guachín este con la cruz. Un enemigo nuevo. Te saca la... Va, al menos vi. No te deja moverte, no te deja pegar. Y te quita sangre. Este caché, antes no estaba este. Vamos a rellenarnos la sangre. Oh, que ven que me lo hice. Me cagué todo. La puta madre. ¿Qué hacer? Chao. Sinceramente me cagué todo. Mira, otro de los que tienen la cruz. A este es el que vamos a matar primero, si podemos. Ok, hace eso. Vamos a pelear con esto así le... ¡No! Me inyecté vida, no quise inyectarme eso. Apreté mal la flechita. Mira, otro más. Este sí lo vamos a sacarle la sangre. Está. Bueno, a ver, por el momento yo no creo que necesite subirme nivel en ninguna habilidad. O sea, me las arreglo bastante bien. ¿Y esto? Es el que nos convirtió. ¿Está ahí? What the fuck?
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making. This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you? I am the land. You are our champion. You selected me, chose me. As shall my children yet to come. What is it you seek? This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged. This has something to do with the epidemic. Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
What?
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
Se ve bastante poderoso el guachín. A ver, están discutiendo.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCullum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned.
No tenéis chance, capo.
By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
¿Qué pasó? Estoy viendo si no hay nada para...
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control.
Oh shit.
Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
You want to restore peace in the hospital again?
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton
Oh,
became
mira.
more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
O sea, el que salvamos al principio del
If you
juego.
don't mind, I have a few questions.
I'd
Se
be
convirtió al
delighted to
final.
help you if I'm able.
Está bueno poder preguntarle.
What exactly happened here while I was absent?
Hampton turned, quite violently as it happened. Lurking about, attacked Miss Jones. To say he created quite a commotion would be an understatement.
Are you sure it was Hampton that killed Miss Jones?
There was blood everywhere, but no body. And you know the state she was in. I fear for what he did with her. Hopefully he just hid the corpse.
How did the Guard of Prewen come to hear of this?
McCullum has spies everywhere. He will jump at any opportunity to disparage the Brotherhood and show his contempt.
Who was that man in your office?
Geoffrey McCullum, actual leader of the Guard of Prewen. I suspect he's the man behind the rebirth of this old and dusty society.
They know I'm here now, don't they?
I can guarantee one thing. The guard of Priwen would never dare to attack the hospital while I'm in charge here.
Ah, ok.
What do they hope to achieve?
Their ultimate goal is the eradication of all vampires in the country. They see you as a threat to mankind, Jonathan.
I just recently met the strangest creature in Whitechapel. He was immense. He mocked me and accused me of hypocrisy.
Perhaps it was a skull. London's streets are overflowing with them these
No,
days.
no, no.
It was a vampire, all right. But what kind, I'm not sure. He was large and very fast.
If you find anything more about this creature, the Brotherhood would greatly appreciate any information you could spare.
He was observing me with the obvious intent to do me harm. His very presence evoked a palpable sense of menace.
You need to be careful, Jonathan. You've no idea what this creature really is.
I recently tried to enter a church. It has been a very unpleasant experience.
The Brotherhood's research on the matter of faith and vampirism has proved somewhat insubstantial, to say the least.
Is this proof that I'm cursed in the eyes of the divine?
The wrath of the Almighty? There's no way of knowing. It could be subconscious guilt, or irrational fear, or deep-seated beliefs.
It's hard to explain in terms of science, that's for sure.
I'm sure Lady Ashbury will have far greater insight into this matter than little old me.
Thank you, Edgar.
Ok. Hay que ir a los muelles. Bueno, ya a los muelles ya había ido, como
Sean
dije.
Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Mira. ¿Qué carajo? A ver, vamos a hablar. Vamos a ver si podemos ayudar en algo.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
What can you tell me about the recent events in the hospital?
That Mr. Hampton killed Miss Jones in her room, then ran away.
And did you see all this?
No. I was working by the tents when it all happened. I only entered the room when they asked me to clean up the blood.
Where is Miss Jones's body?
I don't know. I'd imagine the morgue. It all happened so quickly.
Did you see Sean Hampton leave the hospital?
I think I saw a silhouette exiting the hospital gates after the shouting started. At first I thought it was someone who was just scared, but... well, maybe it was him.
Goodbye, nurse.
Ok, vamos a... What the fuck? Bueno, vamos a los muelles. A ver esta. Oye, está muerto.
Oh, Jonathan, I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman, butchered by some savage scowl.
Yes, and I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible. The man, the Scowl, I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent, for there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
A ver, Ascalon, vamos a preguntarle.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign? The hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
Have you embraced this woman? Like the other patient, this Mr. Renfield?
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her. I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life, unless they ask.
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood of the sick and dying patients?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Temptation surrounds us. Rich, vital. How can you resist?
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still thirst for more, I restrain myself.
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you again soon.
Bueno, vamos a comprar un par de balas.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening.
What can
Someone...
you don't see?
Why should I be?
I'd like...
Wise choice, Doc.
Esto aquí. Ok, los muelles están ahí abajo. Ni los vi. Puto. Qué choto que. Pega rápido el choto. Ok, no me acuerdo si estos estaban antes acá. Creo que no. Era para allá. No, obviamente no estaban. Oh. Ojo, ojo. Ahora saca la luz. Ahí está. No, me inyecté. Quiero apretar la flechita para la izquierda. Y lo aprieto mal. Ah, mira, le puedo... Oh. Pero déjame recargar.
Seems the Freewen are redoubling their patrols in the district.
Sí.
I must be more careful.
Mira. Bueno. Me confío, me confío. Ya, otro más. Listo, ni me tocar. Oh, está lleno de negro, amigo. Vamos primero con este de acá.
Crush the leech, boys! It's a leech!
Y ahora. Está. Mira, acá hay más, está relleno. No, no, no. Me voy para el otro lado. Hacemos esto. Lo pegamos con esto. Y ahora aquel. Ole. Dale. Me la pego no. Facilito. Facilito. Está plagadísimo de estos negros, ¿qué onda? Voy a darle primero al de allá arriba. Creo que va a ser más inteligente. Mira. Ah, me agarró. Zafe de que el otro me... Ta. Bueno, van de aquí, acá a la derecha. Yo creo que ya lo puedo ir dejando por acá. Me lo esquivó. Sí, ¿no? Cuando, a ver, me fijo cuántos minutos van y... Y veo si lo dejo o no. Sí, sí, sí. Lo dejo acá porque ya van... Ya voy grabando 55 minutos. Así que bueno. Bueno, lo dejo acá. Adelante de la misión. Bueno gente, si les gustó déjenle el likecito y la suscripción. Y nos vemos en el próximo capítulo de Vampiro. Chao gente. Mira eso. Como, mira. Eh, eh. Nos vemos gente, chao. Mira. Chao.